name's Lynda Gaiao and welcome to this week's video. Today we're going to be looking at trait 53, which is beginnings. Trait 53 is in the drive and stamina, or the root center in human design, and this naturally brings a fuel or a pressure, and with the 53 it's the fuel or the pressure to start something new, to begin something. It's also a trait within a format strength, and anything that's a format strength kind of brings this overarching energy that applies to the whole of the design. And if you were to have the entire channel or the entire strength, it's about cycles, about beginnings, middles and ends, and there's this entry into a cycle which then needs to be completed before one can move to the next thing. So when we're isolating it and we're looking only at trait 53, which is beginnings, this is the pressure or the fuel to start something new, to begin a new cycle. And when we think about cycles, there's automatically going to be some kind of change or transition that takes place, because we're entering into something new, we're bringing something new into existence in a way. The 53 of beginnings is not necessarily about starting something new that's completely fresh. It's very often built on the foundations of something that's already in existence, something old, and it brings this fresh or this new perspective, this new way of seeing things. Those with trait 53 need the freedom to start new things, and when they feel trapped or contained in any way, not having this ability to start new things, they can really be destroyed. When we are talking about format strengths or traits, there is this natural tendency to fall into melancholy and depression. And when someone with the 53 feels like they are trapped, that they're confined, or that they can't start something new, or that they meet a lot of resistance when they do try to start something new, a lot of conflict or even a lot of criticism from people around them about the new things that they're bringing forth, they can also drop into this melancholy and the depression. So the key element here for anyone within human design or the BG5 system is to follow your decision-making strategy, because that's what this is going to do for you. It's going to help you to know exactly which things to start. And because the 53 on its own only brings the energy to start new things, you need to align or have associations with those that can help you finish things. And if you don't enter into a cycle correctly, you're going to be kind of trapped in that cycle, not having the energy to be there, but kind of stuck in it anyway. So we want to enter into new things, into new cycles correctly, and have those around us that can help us to finish them. When we're thinking about this from a business perspective, those in your company that have a 53 in their design are going to be great at starting new projects or bringing new ways, fresh perspectives of something that's already in existence. They are going to be the project starters. They are going to be great at welcoming someone new into the company. They can even be great at training people or starting people off on a journey in a particular area within the business or the team. And so when we can align people into positions within a business that are take advantage of their strengths and traits, they can really settle into doing exactly what they're designed to do. And this brings that free-flowing feeling. So they're going to enter into projects that are right for them. They're going to have the energy to keep going with those projects. And they're really going to bring that startup energy into whatever project is around there. And then having that alliance or that association with another business partner or a colleague who then takes the reins from the person that starts and then finishes that project. What I'd encourage you to pay attention to over this week as we are sitting in this energy of trait 53 is, do you feel this pressure or this fuel to start new things? And remember, we never want to enter into anything from a place of pressure. We want to always check in with our decision-making strategy. But because this is in a pressure function or a pressure center, there is going to be more pressure around this week, pressure to start things. And if you also want to pay attention to where do you feel trapped into something that you have entered into that's not correct, and you kind of feel like you don't have this energy to keep going. The other thing that you can pay attention to here is who have you aligned with in your life that can help you finish things. Really focusing your energy on that starting phase and handing over to someone else to finish. If you're meeting any kind of resistance or criticism, then I would suggest that you've probably entered into some of these incorrectly, and you really want to go back to your decision-making strategy and ensure that you do enter into things correctly. And just pay attention to or be aware of any new ways of seeing things. Perhaps you've been doing something the same way for a really long time, but this week can potentially bring a new fresh perspective, a new way of looking at something that's already there, or building on the old to almost create a new way, maybe a more streamlined way, maybe a more effective way of doing that particular thing. And it's going to be a great week because there's this transformation and change energy, but there's also this potential for that depression or that melancholy. So just paying attention to and having awareness around where this energy takes you this week. I hope you've enjoyed this week's video. If you've got any stories or comments to share about how this particular trait shows up for you, please pop that in the comments section. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because each week I release a new video helping you to really understand what the background energy is about, and potentially also learning about your own design and how you can align to that in the most effective way. If you subscribe to the channel, then you're obviously going to get that video each week, so you can then know when it's when the transits are coming in and when the gates are changing, when the traits shift from one to the next. I hope that you have an awesome week, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.